Hi, my name is Caroline Macon, and this is my intercultural speech. I am doing my topic over the Hispanic culture. My friend Brittany, she's a close friend of mine. We've grown up together, and I've learned about her culture all throughout my life, and it's something that I'm very interested in. I've always been very interested in. So, this is a little bit about her. And just to kind of answer the question of why are we so intimidated when talking to people of different cultures than our own? I always know that I get intimidated. I'm kind of nervous to say something wrong. So this kind of just helped me to learn more about her culture, even more than I did before, and just to get to know her a little bit better. So I learned about hers. It's Hispanic. She's Hispanic. So she's from Mexico, and her family is from Mexico. Her parents moved up here, basically just to give them a better life. And I'll get into that later in the speech. But what's in it for me is that I can learn about her culture and just kind of open up my variety in communicating with her, so I kind of know a little bit more about her culture and I can just talk to her family a little easier. So the first point that she brought up to me was that her culture is very, very big on religion, and they are big Catholics. Catholic is actually a really big religion throughout Mexico. So as Timothy from the Oxford Research Encyclopedia of American History said, quote, Catholicism was the established religion under Spain and in the Southwest under Mexico after it won independence in 1821, end quote. So Catholicism has always been a big part of the Hispanic culture, and they're very religious. They express this throughout their daily lives. She has a necklace of a saint on it that she wears every day, and they always go to church, they pray, they all have Bibles in their rooms. They're just very religious, and they just express it throughout their daily lives. They're very against things like drugs. Tattoos is a big thing. They're really against that. A lot of piercings they also see as kind of negative. So the next thing would be about how they view politics in today's society. We've actually had multiple discussions about the president and about politics going on today, and her parents are very against the president only because they feel as if he's targeting their group. He's targeting their race and their group because he wants to build a wall, and he's said a lot of stuff that is just that she feels attacks her. So they do not agree with the political representation and decisions made in America today. They actually, when he was elected, her parents were terrified because he could have the power to deport them. Even though everything is fine with their papers, they're just still afraid that he can deport them because they don't speak English very well. So some of the news that they hear, they can interpret the wrong way. And they do not agree with separating families and how their culture has just been focused on lately by him. They feel very attacked by it. So with her strong political beliefs, there are also several strong aspects of her culture. So she mentioned to me that mental health is not talked about in her culture at all, and depression is often shamed. Everyone expects them to be happy because this is how her people are. Even in the lowest of lows, they enjoy life. So from what she explained to me, her family came from a very, very poor part of Mexico, and even though they were so poor, they had a lot of expression and they lived their life the way that anybody else would. They never treated it as they were poor, and everybody there is expected to be happy. So she never talks about that with her family, that kind of stuff. And so that's one thing about her culture that's very different from mine. We're very open about our mental health, but they view it more as a flaw in someone more than just something that's wrong with them. She also discussed her quinceañera, which I was in, and it was a very great experience because I got to experience their culture firsthand, and it helped her become more social. So she had a lot of troubles with just kind of knowing her culture and who she was, and a lot of people told her, well, you grew up in America, so you're American. So this quinceañera just really helped her to open up and accept her culture, and that's a big part of her culture, is that they have this elaborate party. It's a part of her becoming a woman, so it's kind of like a Sweet 16, but for them. And then also she emphasized that with every holiday, family is always included. They help prepare meals, decorations, and they are the core to everything. So family is just very important. I've actually ate many meals at her house. I've helped cook dinner, and we're all very involved. Her mom cooks meals for me all the time. So I love experiencing their culture every time I'm with her. And every time I go over there, I speak Spanish with her mom because she mainly speaks Spanish. So it's kind of nice to learn how to speak Spanish. So although we have similar aspects of our culture, Brittany's culture is very different from mine. And it was very interesting to learn about the Hispanic community and how their view on religion, politics, and how they live through their culture. So knowing about this culture allows me to feel a little more open to communicating with someone like Brittany. This is an example of how learning about people from different from you can improve communication skills. So that was kind of my experience with learning Brittany's culture a little bit more, and it really helped me to open up to her and her family.